Yeah, and the thing is given that there are no keys required in this seed, they'll be able to get these first 3 treasure chests right away, and then head down to the treasury to get those chests down there. And if they happen to guess right, or if they want to do a reset, they can actually set up a gold grind in the treasury if they so desire.
And we're starting off with a set of wings. And we've got some big bucks. The thing that's missing is keys are not in this particular set. So as you said, they can just open things up right away here.
An immediate death necklace find, a cursed belt, and there's the gold. So gold in the lower right chest, so if they do want, they can rather easily in the bottom right chest, if they want.
Yes, now the way that gold grind or treasure chest glitch works is that chests respawn every time you go to the overworld map, but due to the programming limitations at the time the game was made, the game only tracks up to 8 chests. Every chest open beyond that 8th chest can be taken over and over again. So with the throne room, and then once you leave the throne room and come back, those 3 are automatically marked and don't take them over and over again. And then when you open 2 chests in the treasury, the would be number 9, and, well, that would be the one that can be taken. Oh, Brax has found a rogue scorpion breathing Dragon Lord 2 breath.
Meanwhile, on JanusZeal's side, he has found the town of Cantland, where we have a 5 gold piece magic armor and a very shield.
Well, the magic armor being the best armor that money can buy, even better considering that it's it normally costs 7,700 gold, and here only for 5. That, I think, is going to be our sale of the seed right off the bat here.
So it looks, oh boy, these weapons are expensive that they've seen here in Canada.
Just a little pricey.
Yeah, it looks like the best deal is going to be the copper sword at 690.
Sword giving 10 attack power to their total. Among the weapons, it is the 5th best of 7.
So, I mean, it'd be something at least, you know. And it looks like Janus did pick up a copper sword, so at least Janus will be able to bop some things a little bit more. Looks like Braxis is taking a reset.
Perhaps going to utilize that grind to pick up some of the more stoppable weapons here.
In which case,
see what else. Broadsword at 38 or 3026. That looks to be tolerable by comparison.
All right, so Janus here is taking on an Axe Knight with Hurt. So, and he is managing to deal 2 damage. Oh, and the Axe Knight looks like ran away. Well, that kind of sucked. Or did Janus run away?
Try something else here.
Janus is trying his hand with the Droll. And so is Ursine. And Janus gets sent back to start, and it looks like Ursine is getting sent back to start.
$70 or so hit points. That's just one of many examples. And then if you are able to kill it, it could only give you, it could give you, I don't know, 225 experience and 15 gold. Ooh, and we've got a wolf that is just put Ursine to sleep and punched him for 32.
So if we take a look here at Braxis' screen, Braxis is doing the gold grind, and I would imagine he'll probably go up to, what, the 3,500 for a broadsword, the 4,500 for the silver shield, and the 5 for the magic armor. I would imagine that'll be his stopping point. So what, about 8,000-9,000 gold, give or take?
Yeah, it sounds about right. That's better than most of the gold grinds that you see in the traditional game here. And Janus, meanwhile, is going toe-to-toe with a knight. And lots of ones and zeros. It's, well, there's a 2 in the mix as well.
Ooh, wizards with Dragon Lord 2 Breath. Ooh, and Tyerenex takes down the wizard for a whopping 192.
And Janus taking down the knight for 27. So, wow, there's going to be some power going up here. And then some, wow, jumping to level 4. And we've got Heal, Repel, and Heal More for spells up on Ty's side.
So going up to level 4 is fantastic, because that does get the Heal More spell, which makes a lot of these battles significantly easier.
And you can see the difference between the broadsword with the 20 attack power versus the copper with 10. Janus chipping away at. Oh, and there's the fire from the wizard. So Ty having that extra attack power, able to take out the wizard, and that giving a nice experience and level lead right off the bat.
Yep. Yeah, that broadsword purchase was huge for Tyerenex in that wizard fight there, and it looks like he's not going to be able to take out a Droll Magi. And Braxis is armed to the teeth with the broadsword, magic armor, and silver shield.
The silver shield, the best shield in the game, giving an additional 20 defense points. The magic armor, the best armor money can buy. It has 24 defense points. For every 4 steps that you walk, you heal 1 hit point. And it reduces the damage by the... Oh, I always get these two backwards. It's the hurt and hurt more spells by 1/3. And just like that, Brax vaulting up to level 3 and getting the Repel and Heal More spells. So we know that level 4 gives them heal.
So Braxis and Tyerenex are definitely set up very well here. Braxis slightly better due to the silver shield, but I don't think, given the price of the silver shield at 4,500, that's not going to be an obstacle for all of our runners to get at some point during the seed.
Absolutely. Usually the silver shield costing 14,000 plus gold. So that's a very significant discount over what it would normally cost. 14,800. Oof.
So something to kind of take note of here, as I'm looking at the stats here, Tyerenex at level 4 is still only at 8 strength and 28 attack power with the broadsword. This seed is going to be hurting for strength, it looks like, right, for a little bit.
So that means somewhere along the way we're going to have a very lengthy training montage?
Probably. Since we are both from Pennsylvania, I would like to hear that set to the Rocky theme.
Of course, Bill Conti, Gonna Fly Now, absolutely.
And Braxis has made his way up to level 4 to join Tyerenex. So we have 3 enemies already with Dragon Lord 2 Breath. We have the Rogue Scorpions, we have the Wolves, and we have the Wizards, all with Dragon Lord 2 Breath.
Oof. Well, despite that, Ty able to take out one of those Wolves, and 6, 12, 1 hit point, no magic points, and another spell. A couple of spells, sleeping outside, it looks like, at level 5.
Those are some nice spells to get.
Well, it means you at least have a chance to hit some of those more problematic enemies by putting them to sleep, giving you a chance to either bonk them if you're strong enough, or to run away if you're not.
And it looks like with the Heal More spell and some HP, it does look like Tyerenex is going to make his trek to find the coordinates if there are.
Yeah, that's right. Lost in the midst of trying to get some semblance of levelage here, our runners are looking for the Silver Harp, the Stones of Sunlight, and Erdrick's Token, and we've got coordinates of 4 south and 29 west of the castle.
That's relatively simple count as long as there isn't too much stuff in the way.
And DePaul asking the easy enemy. It looks like, if I had to guess, I would say it's the knight.
Yeah, it's either well, it can't be the wizard since the wizard has Dragonlord 2 Breath, although the wizard is relatively easy to kill. But it's probably this knight here that Janus is fighting. Wolves aren't too bad either. But wolves do have Dragonlord 2 Breath.
We've got another level here, 1, 5, 3, and 11 for level 7. And yes, the drawback to the knight, while it's easy to kill, it only gives 27 experience per death.
So it does look like these coordinates are going to be countable.
And I believe Ty might be working on it already here.
Brax is finding a nice little trio here. We have the Jerk Cave right next to Sharlock, right next to a town.
Well, the count might be slightly off here as Ty is combing the forest and the desert here and not finding much of anything, at least at the moment.
But he's got to be close, given how he's searching like every other tile, or every tile.
And running into a poltergeist who hits the stop spell and punches for half of Ty's HP.
I'm a little surprised Ty doesn't use an herb or a heal spell here.
And Lavkim, thank you for the kind words there in chat. Much appreciated. And Ty is going to take a death to the fire-breathing poltergeist.
Well, there's nothing saying what Lav said in chat was nice to us. So Braxis
more nice about us.
Braxis is probably going to make his way back up and around to Sharlock and that town that was there. Because if that happens to be the town of Cole, that will be a welcome sight with the search.
Yes, the town of Cole holding one of 3 search spots. The other being in the abandoned town of Hawksness, which is riddled with enemies, including a guardian enemy that is on the spike tile holding that searchable item, potentially. And the third we have confirmed is on the overworld, and Ty is counting their way down to it now. It is 4 steps south and 29 steps west of the castle.
Yeah, but in the meantime, taking out some Axe Knights for some welcome experience. Oh, that's big. Erdrick's armor is the search spot.
The best armor in the game, although only a slight upgrade from the 5 gold magic armor, but it certainly is big in that it has a lot of different benefits, including, well, it has an additional 4 defense over said magic armor, but that's kind of the, oh, by the way, of everything else. You no longer take damage when you step in swamps or barrier tiles. It reduces the damage done by the Hurt and Hurt More spells, as well as the Fire Breath and Dragonlord 2 Breath. It negates the spell of Stop spell, and it heals 1 hit point for every step that you take. The only thing it doesn't do is it doesn't slice dice or make julienne fries.
Tyerenex, just kind of north of the search spot, finds 2 towns and a cave. Let's see what these are. We have the town of Rimmeldar. Let's see what the free item is here. To answer the question in chat, Jubail asks, what are these schools? I'm assuming that by schools you mean what are their builds. All of these builds are strength HP builds tonight. And the other town here next to Rimildar is Hawksness.
So we'll be able to see the other search spot here as Ty going up another level. Brack's already up to level 7.
That's a nice level 8 there for Tyerenex.
Now just slashing on through wolves on the way.
And Braxis is doing his own fighting here, an Axe Knight, and we have JanusZeal taking on a Spectre, but the Spectre wins.
And the guardian enemy in Hawksness is a Warlock.
Oh,
and it has
Warlock.
Dragon Lord 2 Breath. Why not?
Why not? Because I think, what does that make? 5 now, I think?
I'm starting to lose count.
The Wizard, the Wolf, the Rogue Scorpion, the Warlock. I think there's something else, too. Oh, Scorpions hit like a truck. Braxis getting to level 8.
And we can add the Droll to that mix.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
I think we're at 5 enemies at least now that have Dragon Lord 2 Breath. And meanwhile, I think we had a double level on Ty's side, getting double-digit gains in all 4 categories. And now here's another level up to 11.
Levels are coming fast and furious here. This is what happens when you get Chaos with very fast experience. You can get a lot of levels really quickly.
And both Ursine and Brax finding out that Wraiths have this spell of Hurt More.
Oh, Ursine gets back attacked by a wizard and roasted into pieces of charcoal. Alright, so we have that town in the cave in the double town area, and this looks like Swamp South. Braxis is going to check out Garenham, which is right next to Sharlock.
Big bucks, a dragon scale, and an herb. And a trip behind, which will have the Vanilla Stones of Sunlight Cave, also known as the Bonus Cave. So we've got a chest here that has, in this case, some bonus gold.
Looks like this werewolf is being a little stubborn here.
Janus now getting a level, going up to 7. Ursine, meanwhile, is going to be having nightmares about rogue scorpions.
And wizards.
Yeah, I feel like every time I look over at Ursine's screen, I just see the rogue scorpion is breathing fire.
Oh, look. Breckenary.
Good old Breckenary. Which, well, it's got a shop that doesn't have anything of note this time around, or at least nothing that Ty can afford, but it does have an inexpensive inn and a trolley NPC. And see the improv, that person who is happy to see Brecconary, that would be me. I know I'm the only one.
Ooh, Metal Slime on Tyerenex. Oh, really?
Oh, another
Metal...
one. And it two-shots tie. Oh my goodness. I think we're at like 6, maybe even 7 at this point of enemies that have Dragon Lord 2 breath.
And ladies and gentlemen, for those of you familiar with the Dragon Warrior community, I'm sure you all can guess who rolled this seed.
Hashtag blame Burgundy.
No, actually,
it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
That one, this one isn't you.
Take credit for that.
this hot mess. See what I did there? Is all me.
And Brax getting the coordinates and immediately taking the wings to head on back.
Shush, McGrew.
Oh, McGrew, noting that in before Dragon Lord 2 has sleep. As yes, we didn't even get into the fun tricks of the Dragon Lord because we know we have a little bit to get to it. But the Dragon Lord, who in the vanilla version of the game has 130 hit points, and in a standard Dragon Warrior randomizer has a range of 150 to 165 hit points. While here in Chaos, oh, is it chaotic? The Dragon Lord can have anywhere between 100 to 230 hit points and can either cast the spell of Sleep or the spell of Heal.
So, given that this is one of my seeds, 225 HP.
It's certainly hard to say, and Bryself and Chad, who's going to be racing on Friday, and I'll be commentating that matchup Friday at 6 o'clock Eastern here among the Randomania networks, said hashtag Burgundy better not roll Friday's match. No worries, as the best way to not be able to be blamed for rolling a seed is not knowing how to roll a seed, which I don't. So that keeps me out of trouble in that regard. I'll find other ways to get into trouble. So now Ty working their way through Garenham.
I think Braxis did get his Erdrick's armor, I think, because I don't think he took damage going through. Yes, he did. Yeah, it does look...
Certainly took damage from a wolf who is using sleep.
So wolves have sleep and Dragon Lord 2 breath. That's fun. So really, as their levels up further, those wizards might actually be really nice grind spots because they give 170, and by the time they get to levels, they should be able to be taken out by one shot.
Yeah, that might be a nice way to get some experience pretty quickly.
And it looks like here on Tyerenex's side, level 12 gave Tyerenex hurt more,
which will allow the potential to plow through a lot more enemies that otherwise weren't able to, who have some higher hit points.
Okay, and Braxis is starting to one-shot these wolves now. Oh, but wizards are running away. That's not good. And there's another one. Braxis finding out that ghosts have Dragon Lord 2.
My goodness, I'm dumbfounded by this.
And as DePaul Doug points out in chat, specters have 251 experience. And it looks like Janus is on his way to killing another one.
So going back over it here, we are at so far a not so lucky 7 enemies with Dragon Lord 2 breath. The Droll, the Ghost, the Warlock, the Wolf, the Metal Slime, the Rogue Scorpion, and the Wizard.
Did you get the Warlock in there?
I did.
Okay.
I know, it's like trying to name the 7 dwarves. You get about 5 or 6 in and you go, shoot, which ones did I name again?
JanusZeal in an epic battle with a Spectre.
Or if you're an early 90s kid like me and saw Hey Dude, then you remember that one episode where they rattled them off rather quickly, and I've kind of committed that to memory ever since. Sleepy, happy, grumpy, dopey, sneezy, bashful Doc.
That's actually fairly impressive. Oh, green dragons up on Tyerenex's up on Tyerenex's screen. They give a whopping 8 experience.
And Goldmen proving to be rather not so fruitful in either gold or experience. And, oh look, Ursine getting hit with a fire-breathing rogue scorpion. Have I not said that about 6 other times so far this seed?
Yeah, we've said that a ton.
And we have Rimuldar here for Brax. Now, I didn't get to see what was in the Rimuldar chest. And Brax now going up to level 12. 7, 2, 13, and 19 along with that Hurt More spell. And Brax here in Swamp South is just going to cast outside. And there's another town. Oh, that's where Breckenary is. That's right.
So, and is one of the nice little features here of the randomizer that you can see as our runners here are wandering the countryside. Different sprites you can use for your primary hero here. Ursine is using the quote-unquote vanilla DW1 hero. Tyerenex is using the red mage from Final Fantasy I. JanusZeal is using the black mage from Final Fantasy I. And Braxis, is that a fighter? No, that's Pilgrim. No, I don't know.
A big find over on Ursine's side, getting into coal and the search spot containing Erdrick's token. One of the key items that are needed in the game, along with the Silver Harp, which will be traded in for the Staff of Rain, as well as the Stones of Sunlight.
Speaking of Stones of Sunlight, Tyerenex has found it in the grave of Garenham.
So it was somewhere between the Stones of Sunlight and the Sounds of Silence, the old Simon and Garfunkel tune.
Zarnax42 wonderfully pointing out in chat that Braxis' sprite is the female Dragon Warrior 3 wizard.
Okay, so these stones were among the top 3 chests in the grave. And we'll see what we have down here as time making their way through. We got some big bucks midway down.
Ooh, Brax is taking down a wyvern, which yields 214 experience.
And there's the Spectre that is going to try to whack at it, and nope, want nothing to do with it. Janus now in Garenham. And a great point in chat. At this time on one of the seeds yesterday that we showcased here among the Randomania networks, 3 of the players were still at level 1.
That's chaos in a nutshell. That some of these seeds will yield nothing in the first half hour, and then you have some seeds like this one where you're getting turned into charcoal regularly, but the levels are rather easy to relatively easy to attain once you start killing enemies.
Easy-ish. Technical term, I know. Ooh, big stick deep in the cave. Or deep in the grave cave.
That's big on...
Deep in Garen's grave.
Now, it'll be interesting to see here if Tyerenex does, in fact, get defeated down in this cave, if he might go back to the castle and grind on that one gold chest to get the silver shield.
Well, Ty taking the long trek back because, well, out of MP to be able to use the Spell of Outside.
And you certainly don't want to give up killing these wizards, which give you 192 experience per pop.
So this is almost it's almost like a walk and grind in a sense, in terms of the gaining experience as you traverse your way back through the cave.
Braxis has also made his way to level 13. Ooh, and finds 2 caves.
That's where the grave is.
Yep, so if Braxis can make his way all the way down to the grave, he will be rewarded with the Erdrick sword.
And then we'll have all the best weapons and armory in the game, and then it's just a matter of going to that training montage we were alluding to about 25 minutes ago.
JanusZeal probably gets all excited to see a metal slime, and then the metal slime turns him to ashes.
And able to confirm atop there, so it was an herb, stones of sunlight, and some big bucks in the Garen's grave. To answer the question, Ty getting Erdrick's sword, it was deep in Garen's grave, all the way down.
And this is most probably going to be the mountain cave right next to it.
And it is. So 10 total treasure chests between the 2 caves, 5 in Garen's grave and 5 in the mountain cave.
Janus is going to go ahead and do his count to get his coordinates, and I would imagine count his coordinates relatively quickly.
And a question in chat as far as nobody heading down. The grave is a little bit of a walk away from where everything was, so Ty just found it not too long ago. Brax is currently in the grave.
And neither Ursine nor Janus has found the grave. So, given what we know in this seed, the silver harp is either going to be here or it's going to be in the tablet cave. Here meaning the mountain cave.
Yes. As we know, something was in the Rimbledar chest, but nothing of note as of yet. And wow, Wyverns with 214 and 163. And here comes... Oh, there's a level up for Brax. And the Cursed Belt. First in the mountain cave. Oh, and a nice crit on that Droll. That's a nice little revenge for Ty there. And that's going to get level 14. So we got a fighter's ring.
That's a really nice find, too.
Now the fighter's ring, once it's put on, it adds an additional 2 attack power to your total. And also some big bucks there for Ty. And some more big bucks.
JanusZeal6 found the town of Hawksness and will take on this warlock, who will promptly breathe Janus back to start, probably.
Oh, and there's the Silver Harp deep in the mountain cave.
So, Tyerenex knows where everything is. Tyerenex knows that the Silver Harp Cave, the Staff of Rain Cave, is under Tantagel, knows where the Rainbow Drop Cave is. The only thing Tyerenex needs to find now is Cole, which has the token.
Which has only been found by Ursine thus far. And there it is. Brax has Erdrick's sword. And I think instinctively went into the menu to try to equip it.
I mean, it is an RPG. That's what you do, is you go to the menu and equip, except this game that auto-equips it for you, which is nice.
Oh, goodness. Make the count 8. Armored Knights with Dragon Lord 2 Breath.
And we haven't even seen Sherlock.
Yeah, pick your poison as to which ones of these enemies are going to be in there.
Could be a set we haven't even seen.
And a note in chat here regarding the Cursed Belt find in the mountain cave. Because both Cursed Belts have been found, one in the Tantagel Treasury and the other in the mountain cave, that means that all 3 searchable spots are in play, so the Warlock in Hawk's Nest is guarding the Fairy Flute.
And we haven't seen... Have we seen... I think we may have seen one Golem.
And thank you, Janus, for helping out with my OCD here, as I didn't know what was in Rimbledar. We see that it's a set of wings.
Ursine making her way to level 4.
And now able to take out the wolf, it looks like, in one shot here, and that should be able to get some of the momentum going until the ghost decides to ambush and roast and toast and burn Ursine to a crisp.
I'm a little surprised Tyerenex hasn't boogied his way right back to Cantlin to purchase a silver shield. I do believe he has enough gold to do so.
Perhaps working on all of the other errands first. Getting the rainbow drop and whatnot. Or actually, no, looking for the token. That's right, Ty still needs to find Cole. Perhaps figuring that if the silver shield is available in Cole, it's kind of a one-stop shopping type thing. Pick up the token, pick up the shield. You're good to go.
Ooh, JanusZeal takes down the Warlock, 159 experience. That's not bad. JanusZeal also apparently having Erdrick's armor, as the swamp is not doing any damage to him.
Yep, and now it looks like it's Warlock hunting season.
Not a bad little grind there.
And Lord of the Synth has pretty much given the statement of the week here. Chaos can be really, really mean to you sometimes.
Yeah,
truer words could not have been spoken, Lord of the Synth.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ursine has definitely gotten the short end of the stick here, not being able to take down some of these enemies that her competitors have. But it looks like she's on the way to taking down this wizard, which should be a boon to her experience if she... Oh, and she does get it. So this should get her, I think, at least to 7, I think. Or maybe just 6.
And Paul asking in chat, and it's a good question, who is leading at the moment here? But first, okay, we've got a torch in the tablet cave. So I believe we have, between all of our runners, everything has been full cleared.
Yep. And Tyerenex knows that the Eric's token is either going to be in coal, which he hasn't found, or in Hawksness. Because those are the only things Tyerenex has yet to find. So, in this commentator's opinion, I agree with Bryself in chat that Tyerenex does have an advantage right now. It's not a ginormous advantage, but it is an advantage.
Yeah, Ty definitely with the advantage in terms of exploration. Brax with a slight experience lead and 1 level, but you can see the difference, only about 400 experience.
So, given now that we're at levels and we're starting to think about the Dragon Lord here, taking a look at our runner stats, Braxis Muse is our experience leader. He's at level 16. His HP is 127, which is great. His MP is 98, just fine. Strength is 56. There's a problem there.
That's a no good. And you mentioned that experience differential and gap. Taking out a couple of Spectres here has closed that to where Ty actually, for the moment, has a 40 experience lead.
Oh, another Spectre taken down for Ty.
So this seems like a good place to potentially just walk around and grind and do your best impression of Venkman or Egon or any of the other Ghostbusters.
Ooh, Stonemen go down to 1 hurt more and 184 experience. That's nice.
And Wraith Knights with heal more, that's mean. And they hit for 38.
Doubly mean.
But Janus able to take it out.
Looks like Ty is heading back to the castle to regain his MP and see where he goes from here.
Janus, meanwhile, taking out a Spectre to go to level 13. Ursine working on a Spectre and hopefully able to hang on here. Might want to use a heal in a moment here. Ooh, down to 4. Oh, and tries to run away. And ends up getting sent back to the castle.
Janus starting to get into the area where those two caves were, the Grave of Garenham and the Mountain Cave, where the Stone's Harp and Erdrick's sword all lie.
And now I think we're going to see what is in the swamp cave here as far as the spike tile. To see if there's an enemy that can potentially be taken on and out over and over again in a rapid fashion. And actually Janus following suit and doing the same, and both working on a Troll Drakema that, gives 246, but it's the Wyvern.
This is gold for our runners. Wyvern goes down to 1 hurt more and gives a boatload of experience.
And Janus utilizing the hurt more, and there's the 214 experience. Ty opting to initially smash, but I guess went with a hurt more and is opting to hold off for the moment.
Something to definitely keep in mind here. So, rescuing the princess in a normal seed, a normal non-chaos seed, is typically done when you have coordinates that can't be countable. Because one of the big things that Gwaelin does is she gives you the Gwaelin positioning system, the GPS. And as a result, you can make those coordinates a lot easier to count. In Chaos Seeds, Gwaelin's Love, the item she gives you, also does one more thing which really comes in very handy in Chaos Seeds. It tells you how much experience to go until the next level. So if you're kind of on the border to fight the Dragon Lord or not, and you notice that, this is nothing to the next level, well, then you grind to the next level. If it's 5,000 experience, well, you go fight.
So it's one of those things where in a standard seed, you generally, if you don't have to rescue the princess, you don't, which I know goes against much hero lore, but, well, speed running, it's, saving frames and all that sort of thing. But in this case, it may be advantageous, as while you'll have that extra 8 seconds of dialogue at the very end of the game, that pertinent knowledge is extremely important and can be the difference between, all right, do I grind up a level, or, wait, I'm grinding up for 10 minutes because it's another 7,000 experience to the next level.
JanusZeal finds Cole and his token.
And Ty heading back on over to the Warlock. Who has... Well, Ty's already got about an 800 experience lead. And that looks to be growing here. And there's the Fairy Flute.
So Tyerenex now knows officially that he needs to find Cole. He knows that the token is in Cole, no question about it. JanusZeal getting up to level 14. Wow, Cole was really close to those towns.
So that's gonna give everything needed here for Ty. Now I wonder if Ty's gonna head on over to the shop here, and as I was alluding to earlier, give that one-stop shopping and pick up a shield here. No, but Ty, where are you going? Did you have a shield to buy? Don't you? Did you already buy the shield? Did I miss that? Ty, what?
He had to have purchased a shield when we weren't looking. Yeah, okay, there it is. There it is.
It's as if Ty could hear me. Thank you for making me not sound foolish anymore.
Yeah, Ty does have the silver shield confirmed. So, Tyerenex is in what we call grind and go mode. He has to grind himself to levels that are compatible with fighting the Dragon Lord. One of the major things you look for is attack power. Specifically, you want your attack power now obviously this is going to change with various circumstances, but you want your attack power to be in the 130 range. And right now, Ty's attack power at level 16 is 98. That ain't going to cut it. You can't even damage the Dragon Lord with 98 attack power.
At that point, the Dragon Lord is like Vigo. You are like the buzzing of flies to him. Wow, it's 2 Ghostbuster references in 1 seed. Alright, I think I've hit my limit. And Janus quickly going up to level 15. And, whoo, there is level 70. 33 power! There's the strength.
With 135 maximum HP and 124 attack power, throw on the Death Necklace and it's probably doable. Defense power and agility, a little low though. Agility is 63, defense power 81.
Ooh. And I think that's why Ty's going, nope, we're gonna do a little more wyvern hunting. And I think that was a double level on that. I'm not sure. Oh, here comes another level. 8 more power, 9 hit points, 5 magic points, no agility.
So as Smashy does advise in chat, don't risk the Death Necklace in Chaos, and Beta Strep agrees. And that is absolutely a valid point, because you never know how much strength Dragon Lord 1 is going to wind up having. Dragon Lord 1 could absolutely wreck your face.
Now, the Death Necklace, while in the vanilla version of the game, it doesn't really... Well, it's a cursed item, it keeps you from entering the castle, and it's just super duper mean. But in Dragon Warrior Randomizer, it has an added trade-off in that when you put on the Death Necklace, you get an additional 10 attack power, but at the cost of 25% of your maximum hit points. And yes, considering that you can have a Dragon Lord first form that we have seen in various Chaos Seeds punch for 80, sometimes 90 plus hit points, if you put on the Death Necklace and your max is 97, it could technically one-shot you.
Ooh, Warlocks appear in Sharlock, and they do not appear to be easy to run from.
Yeah.
That's not good, because Warlocks are one of our several enemies this seed that have Dragon Lord 2 breath.
Well, what we haven't exactly talked about here is the setting of Short Sharlock. Normally, when you enter Sharlock Castle, you have to traverse through the main down through 6 basements to get to this 7th basement that's here. However, in Short Sharlock mode, at the beginning of Basement 7, and there's access to these 6 treasure chests that are usually in the treasury, and a conveniently placed staircase that will get you to the 7th staircase that's in the vanilla Erdrick sword spot. Well, Metal Scorpions not proving very fruitful in the experience and gold, just 9 experience and 17 gold.
But not particularly difficult kill. Wraith Knight,
yeah.
They've got something.
Oh, they have heal more.
JanusZeal in the grave of Garanham is going to head down one more floor and get his Erdrick sword.
And the Guardian and the kind of mini boss to the Dragon Lord is a Wraith Knight.
So let's see what the Dragon Lord will do to us today.
First, the offer to share half the world, which is declined, gets called a fool. And let's take a look here. Starting off with a Hurt More spell. All right, hitting for 22. Oh, and he's striking. It's for 48. Oh, 39. It's a little stronger here. And this is a pretty beefy Dragon Lord 1 here. Oh, and it also has Heal More.
Ooh. Well, that's a pain.
This just made things a little bit more interesting. So now having to burn a couple of Heal Mores just down to 9 Heal Mores.
So real quick, Tyerenex's strength is 139. So once he gets Dragonlord into his Dragonlord 2 form, he will be doing 9 to 18 damage per attack.
Oh, and a back attack.
Relatively low roll on the back attack, though.
So we're at 19. Now remember, the Dragonlord can have anywhere from 100 to 230. Oh, and there's another 10. So we're at 29.
Braxis is making his way into Sherlock and making his way to the Dragonlord.
44. Got a nice double attack here. We're at 57. With 6 Heal Mores to go.
Oh, no.
Oh, gosh. Well, McGrew did call it.
Well, that's a thing.
So, Dragonlord 2 has Sleep, and there is your great equalizer.
Ouch.
Well, not going anywhere for a while. Grab your favorite candy bar that we're not going to advertise.
So, right now, if you're one of our runners, at least the one that has seen Dragonlord 2, aka Ty, you're praying that Dragonlord 2 does not have 15 out of 16 stop spell resistance. Praxis gets...
I think if you're I was going to say, if you're Ty, you're probably hurling obscenities and maybe even a table across the room. Or maybe that's if you're me and we're playing this.
Yeah, see, if you're me and you're playing this seed, you're like, nope, 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 nope. And I missed the experience to level 20 after Tyerenex died, so I'm not sure how much experience it is to get to level 19.
Well, I'm presuming it's quite a bit because Ty just went, fell off the horse and just hopped right back on.
All right, I'm seeing Tristal and Lord of the Synth in chat saying that it's not worth it, so... Oh, CD Improv, our wonderful restreamer, saying it was close to 5,000 experience. Yeah, wow, ow.
So if another level is to be gained, that means there is a lot of deaths to the Dragon Lord a-coming.
So given that Brax is approaching level 19, which does appear to be the level at which you want to be at to kill the Dragon Lord, it's kind of sort of going to come down to who can stick a stop spell on Dragon Lord 2 first, and then hope that you have enough HP and MP to whittle the Dragon Lord down.
Oh, and we've got the Warlock being pesterish. Yeah, considering how hard Dragon Lord 1 hits, the herbs are almost not quite fruitless. And oh, Brax falling to a Warlock in Sharlock.
So don't look now, but Janus is gaining steam and coming up from the outside here. He's about to pick up his harp and be in grind and go mode himself.
And Ursine getting up to level 12. Still a potential factor as well.
So really, at this point, what's going to make this seed really go for Ursine is she needs to get in Caitlin and get those coordinates and get her Erdrick's armor.
Now, here's the other concern, as now throwing a Hurt More, now another Hurt More on Dragon Lord 1. Okay, you've gotten to Dragon Lord 2, but you now have 71 MP. That is just 8 heal mores. And you have to cast one right off the bat.
Ooh, Ty
gets the stop spell first try.
All right, so let's see. Now he can start doing damage, but is 60... Oh, man. I don't think he's going to have enough MP to do this.
But with free attacks like that where it casts sleep, that certainly helps. We're up to 25. 37. Oh, but there's a Dragon Lord Fire. We're at 54, and there's another sleep. It's a free attack. 67, and another sleep. 84, and there's another fire. Going to have to burn one of the heal mores. $96, there's another sleep.
So right now we're at the point where any attack could be the fatal one to Dragon Lord.
Yep, we're at 107. There's another sleep for another free attack. 121. Now 130. Gonna have to burn another heal more. We're down to 3. Ooh, a huge attack for 49. 142. Gonna have to burn yet another heal more. Now it's not casting sleep nearly as much.
Got him.
There it is for 15. He does it. So somewhere in the mid 150s looks to be the number. But Ty is going to take first place in this race.
Ladies and gentlemen in chat, get out your GGs. Tyerenex has finished in first place in this seed with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 8 seconds. Well done.
And a great rebound for Ty, as in last week's seed, Ty had finished in 4th place, gaining only 1 point. Now the big 5 points here, so that's going to vault him right up into the mix with 6 points. And it just goes to show the variety of the different seed layouts here. It certainly tests different metals. Some have strengths in one particular type of seed. Others just a little... Yeah, others not quite as versed. And that is what makes this so interesting and so even here. And yes, a huge win here for Ty, without question.
All right. Braxis gets past that troll warlock and is now onto the wraith.
And up to 19 as well for Brax. But this is the first time that Brax is going to experience the Wrath of the Dragon Lord.
And Janus making a beeline to Breckenary.
Music to my ears.
Oh, I bet you Janus is going to grind on the Wyvern and is going to come at it from the north entrance, I bet.
That is entirely possible, as now Brax is working on Dragon Lord 1.
And with that, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, and Brax just finding out about the heal more on Dragon Lord 1. But I see that we have a victor here in our Discord. Ty, GG, congratulations on the victory.
Hey, thanks, guys.
So, what'd you think in general?
I don't know. That was probably I've probably only done about 8 Chaos Seeds in my life, and that was probably the easiest of all the ones. It seemed pretty straightforward. Not a lot of nasty things. A lot of things just spam and stop spell. You got the armor real early. You got a silver sword really early. Felt pretty good.
Well, I don't know about not a lot of nasty enemies. Maybe you just didn't encounter some of them along the way, but we counted 8 different enemies with the Dragon Lord 2 break.
Oh yeah, those were hurting, but I mean, I think maybe I got fortunate with seeing that wizard so early. That certainly I don't think was the noodle enemy.
Yeah, that was definitely not the noodle enemy, so that certainly helped out, and that vaulted you ahead quickly. I think it was 192 experience that it gave. We did find out that the noodle was the knight.
Okay. Has Braximus seen the sleep yet on?
He just did.
Oh, no, he blocked it.
Yeah, he saw it once and then managed to stick it the first time. Stick the stop spell the first time. It was only a 1-round sleep. So it's going to be close. I don't know if he's got enough in the tank this time to kill the Dragon Lord. This is going to be close.
Is this his first fight?
Yep, that's his first fight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was fortunate, and then when he got put to sleep, he woke up right away, so he had enough time to be able to cast Stop Spell and then continue on. Whereas in your case, in that first fight, you got slept and wrecked.
Yeah. I just kind of knew that one was a scouting one when I went down, but, you know, that happens, I guess. I knew, though, when I seen that, if I could land it the second time around, it was going to be pretty free because he spent so many turns casting it.
Yep, and Braxis has finished in second place in the seed with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 8 seconds, exactly 5 minutes behind Tyerenex.
It's amazing how these things line up that way.
So, how do you feel about getting the win and having 6 points after the first 2 weeks of the league?
Well, I feel a lot better after my first week. Got last place in my race on week 1, which wasn't ideal for me if I'm hoping to make the cutoff to top 16. I was in a fairly stacked race, but I just screwed up week 1, so this week went a lot better.
Well, there's certainly a lot of opportunities here over the course of the next couple of weeks to add even further as the different rounds giving different flags along the way here. Next week, well, things will be back to normal as we're going to have just your standard plain old Dragon Warrior randomizer as we've known and loved over the course of the last 3 or 4 years now. And you see up on the screen here the Dragon Lord 2 stats. So 148 hit points. It had 0 stop spell resistance. Now, it casts sleep 25% of the time, but it sure felt like a heck of a lot more than that.
Yeah, I felt like 50% for me, but...
And we do have Braxis joining us in chat. Well done, Braxis. Nicely done.
Thank you. How about those warlocks going into Charlotte?
I believe somebody noted in chat they were calling them the War Block because they were blocking everybody from doing what they wanted in Charlotte.
You know, and I thought I had enough MP to do the Dragon Lord, but there's been a few seeds I ran this week with Mr. Holmes where it's come down to like literally needing the last heal more. So I wanted to get down there because I would have been more upset to, let's say, lose to the Dragon Lord needing 1 heal more because I used hurt more on one of those warlocks to get down there than it was to just reset and dive it back because it was so close. I mean, other than that, I thought it was pretty self-explanatory, other than the big wasteland that was kind of south and to the east and then all the way north where there was just those 2 lonely caves, but you had to traverse just so much wasteland to get there.
So, interesting enough, our wonderful tracker Cyberdark has put Dragon Lord 1 stats up on the screen, and wow, Dragon Lord 1 has more HP than Dragon Lord 2, and Dragon Lord 1's attack power is 126 with 14 out of 16 stop spell resistance.
And it had the Heal More spell, which it certainly used a lot. But look at that defense. 3 defense.
Yeah, I think on my first dive, my first shot at him, I did land a stop spell, I'm pretty sure. And then the second time, I think I just hurt more him through it and just hoped to kill him back to back.
So, Braxis, after your second place finish tonight, this, I believe, gives you 4 points over the first 2 weeks of the league. How are you feeling about
that? You know, I mean, I am pretty new to the community. I've only been racing since actually January 1st, so we're actually running seeds. But, I mean, for the most part, I felt like out of all the cast seeds that I've seen run this week and that I've personally ran, this one has got to be probably one of the easiest. I mean, everything seemed so close together. I mean, you had, what, the 3 towns off to the left of the map. You had the one that started right next to the castle. Charlock was just a little bit to the north.
Yeah, really, the one thing that you guys really had to go quote-unquote hunting for were the Grave of Garenham and the Mountain Cave, and they just happened to be right next to each other.
Yeah, and I didn't even dive the grave because I knew that the last thing I needed was a token, and seeing that I had both cursed belts, the only place I hadn't checked was Cole, which actually was a little bit south of Hawksnest, which it took me some time to actually...
Yeah, we were both, Furon and I, we were a little shocked that Ursine was actually the first one to find Cole relatively quickly, but the other 3 of you, Tyerenex, Braxis, and Janus, it took you guys a while to find Cole, and we're like, okay, so we knew it was south of the castle, but we didn't exactly know where, and then we're like, oh, it's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, like, when I kind of went over there the first time, I thought I had gone all the way south there. I was actually really worried when I killed that warlock and it only had the fairy flute. I was like, oh gosh, I missed some nook and corner, but it was just directly.
Yeah, I was also shocked too that the noodle mob, this seed, was the wolf, and if he went first, he either slept you or had like Dragon Lord breath. So you needed to literally go first and get that hit to kill him, to get that XP. Otherwise, you just were.
So actually, technically, the noodle was the knight. The wolf wasn't the noodle because of its sleep and Dragon Lord 2 breath. The wolf was easy to kill, but the knight was technically the noodle, given that it had, I think, 4 HP and was, in theory, easy to kill.
It had 5 hit points and 8 attack points. The wolf, by comparison, it also had 5 hit points and 3 defense, so it was very easy to kill, except for that whole sleep in Dragon Lord 2, plus it had an attack of 92. So, as you said, if you got a shot on it first, you could knock it out, but if the wolf went first, it was either going to punch you, sleep you, Dragon Lord 2 breath you, or sleep and then Dragon Lord 2 breath you. So there were a lot of ways where the wolf could take you out pretty quickly.
See, I tried the knight at first, but when he was only doing 1 to me and I was doing 1 to me, I thought it was going to be one of those has 50 hit points, and I wasn't going to sit there and whack on that mob, till I died or it died. So I just gave up right away.
Yeah, one of the big things that happened early in the seed was Tyerenex actually landed a critical blow on a wizard. And that gave him 170 some odd experience right away. And he went from level 1 to level 4, picked up heal and heal more, and that kind of sent him on his way. Brax, you actually did catch up in experience, and you and Tyerenex were going back and forth on the experience lead pretty much right up until the Dragon Lord, pretty much.
I couldn't find any good place to actually grind. Like, I was going to do Hawk's Nest, but the Warlock was only 159 XP, but you were not guaranteed to get hurt more, so it wasn't really effective. The only place that I found that seemed fairly good was over there by the mountain cave area and stuff, where wyverns that gave 200 and something, and they seemed pretty easy to land hurt more on and just kill them in one shot.
I mean, really, what we saw here from our booth point of view, the wyvern was also on the spike tile in the swamp cave. And that's what Janus did a little bit. I think Tyerenex got 1 or 2 wyverns there, too.
I almost checked that spot, but I didn't.
Yeah, if you were going to grind, that one was probably the best. But given how much experience that both of you were getting wandering the countryside, I mean, grinding wasn't really super necessary for either one of you. I mean, Janus here at level 18, he's the one that's had to grind the most, given that he hasn't gotten quite as much experience while wandering.
Yeah, I think I went down there to the wyvern tile, thinking I was going to have to grind for a long time, but then we got that level that had the 33 attack power, and I think I ended up getting 1 more level after that, just because I knew I was just going to use my mana while I was down there, and then I got another one pretty quick, and we were at almost 140 attack power at that point, and I figured it was good to give a shot, and tried once, didn't work, tried the second time, Warlock got me, and then the third time's a charm.
Yeah, that sounds like me, because I went down there first at I think it was 16, because I wanted to check the tile on Charlock, because like I said, I didn't find anything. And it was just the Wraith, but the Wraith Knight wasn't really worth it. But I did get a level off there, and then I ended up going outside and whatnot. But when I went to check the tile, I only had like 1 or 2 encounters down there. Ran just fine. And as soon as I killed the last couple mobs outside, leveled up, and was ready to dive, the next 2 dives I didn't even make it because the Warlock killed me both times. And I saw you finish, and I'm like, God, I didn't even get a chance to talk to the Dragon Lord. So I knew I had to be close.
Yeah, my first dive, I got my first attempt. I got slept and then, breathed on twice in a row, and that got me on my first try. But then second time around, stops.
Farron, did you have armored knights on your list?
I did. So
Okay, just making sure.
They gave 177 experience, and they went down really.
that was the last of the bunch. Although technically, if you want to count it 9, Dragon Lord 1 also had the Dragon Lord breath.
Yeah, right. No, for Tyerenex and Braxis, we were counting the number of enemies that had Dragon Lord 2 breath because it seemed rather inane how many there were, and it wound up being 9.
There was a few right there around the castle, which made it, at first, with that and all the swamp at first was, just kind of, you couldn't really go very. But having that town right there made it easy for a quick gold grind. We only needed 7,000 gold to get the silver shield, the armor, and the broadsword, which was well enough till you got Erd.
Yeah, and you were the only one that actually did that initial gold grind to get the broadsword, the magic armor, and the silver shield right away.
Yeah, I did it. I think I only grabbed I went down there and I saw the gold, and I grabbed 5,000, and then I went back to just get a couple chests solo, and then I had the broadsword also. Yeah, that's kind of tricky with these seeds. Is you kind of want to grab some gold, but you don't want to sit there and get 30,000 if things are going to be super cheap.
Like the magic armor, for example.
Yeah, wasn't that single digits? I forget exactly what it was.
It was 5. Just 5 gold for the best armor that money can buy.
Yeah, last night, the race I commentated on last night had a silver shield for 7.
It's a beautiful thing when that happens.
I never saw a flame sword. I kept checking all the towns for a flame sword, hoping that one would be cheap, but, found the Erdrick sword probably half hour into the...
Now that you mention it, I don't think anybody found a flame sword. I don't think they were available in the seed.
Which sometimes that happens, where you have a particular weapon or armor or item that, or one of the weapons, armors, or shield that doesn't show up as available. We've seen that sometimes with silver shields, where you look in all the towns and all the different shops, and none of them necessarily are there.
All right, and Janus is seeing Dragon Lord 2 for the first time.
Another 71 MP to start, and a bit of debating here. Do you go for the heal? Yeah, you got to go for the heal more here. Was perhaps thinking that there may be, he's not going to go with the stop spell. And now is going to wish that he had gone with the stop spell. Oh, but he wakes up. Has to cast heal more. Is going to nail the stop spell. And now there's a chance.
Yep, so now this is, for Janus, this is all about how many sleeps does the Dragon Lord actually cast.
I think he's a level lower than me and Brax were also, so I think he's only sitting in the low 130s of attack power.
Confirmed. He has 131 attack power, whereas you guys had 139.
So that 8 attack, a huge difference there. It's going to be more swipes and, unless there's some high rolls here, fewer chances. So you can see doing 7 to 15. Now there's a high roll of 14. And another free attack. And another free attack. And we got it. So Janus is going to take third place here in this race with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 15 seconds. So with the 2 points, that'll put Janus to 5 here in the league.
Guys, I have to get going. Thanks for the commentary and the restream and the tracking, everyone. Good game. Good game.
Sounds
nicely
good.
done to Tyerenex. Congratulations.
Congrats and GG, and look forward to more fun coming up for the next few weeks here in the Dragon Warrior Randomizer League.
Yeah. Good night, everyone.
All right, so we have Ursine here. Looks like she's going to head into Hawksness. I would imagine to maybe grind a little bit, because she already has the flute and the token. So I would definitely think this is a grind situation for her.
Yep, just smack around some warlocks and try not to get burned. Commentator's curse strikes again. But able to land the hurt more, and that takes it out. And don't forget, make sure to give all of our runners a follow here, as they've been doing fantastic here. Not just here tonight, but throughout the league as we're here in week 2, and we've got a lot more fun coming your way. And certainly a lot more chaos over the course of the next couple of days. In fact, on a scheduling note here, we actually have a triple header tomorrow night. 3 of our Week 2 League flag races coming your way tomorrow night and going deep into the night. The first of which among the Randomania networks will be at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. The second will be at 10 p.m. and the third at 11 p.m. And, man, that's going to be a lot of late-night Dragon Warrior for you here. Well, at least for folks like us on the East Coast. Ursine now going with the Wyvern Grind. And yes, the matchups for tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, it's going to be Ouija Wee, along with Link Force, Ali Gerbrap, and Tilo Tilo. At 10 o'clock, it's going to be Jake Coper, Empty Eye, Basp33, and Tristal. And at 11 p.m., the late night affair, it's going to be High Spirits, Ryusation, Centroid 41, and Captain Green 7. So Ursine now back here at Tantagel Castle, gonna head on to the basement and trade the Silver Harp in for the Staff of Rain.
And then I would imagine she's going to head up and trade in her staff stones and tokens for a rainbow drop and probably head right into Sharlock.
Now, should things conclude here, I believe we will throw over to our sister station for the simultaneous Dragon Warrior Randomizer League race that's going on between Eternal Newbie, Melee Wizard, Chitin619, and Will Wagner Music. Although, from what I see here, kind of peeking over, it looks like they're running at about the same pace that we are, so it's going to be pretty close here as far as how things are going to go.
Ursine picks up her rainbow drop. I wonder if that's another one where there was a shield pickup that we just missed.
It is entirely possible.
Oh, right off the bat gets war blocked.
One step in and, hey, how you doing? Here's some fire for you. Well, this seed only makes sense. Today, at least here where we are, felt like a heat wave in comparison to about a week ago, where I think there's, golly, what, probably about a 40 to 50 degree swing.
Yeah, something like that. I think last week we were talking about temperatures below zero.
And now things certainly getting hot for Ursine as the Warlock taking her out. But only 314 experience to the next level, so she could fight up to 19 on her way through this short Charlock.
Yeah, if she can take out the Warlocks, that should get her there, because 19 was really close to 18. It was like 1 or 2 battles top.
The challenge, though, has been running from these Warlocks, and now using her last herb. And thank you, Zarnax, for confirming in chat that looks as though over at Randomania 3, things are wrapping up as well, as they've had 3 runners finishing within the last 7 minutes or so. So they're down to 1 as well.
And also thank you to Tilo for confirming that Ursine does not have a shield.
For the purposes of those who want to watch the VOD later, we won't say who finished where, but we'll let you know that 3 of the 4 runners have finished.
Yeah, 4 runners finishing within like 5-7 minutes of each other. That seems like a worthy watch.
Yep, all the more reason to avoid spoilers. And the Warlock continuing to troll here. And oh no, breathing fire for a max 48. And Ursine going to have to make that trek again.
At least it's short, Charlock.
And it's a short walk, too. Not too far to the castle.
Little surprised she didn't fight that wolf, given that she's 300 XP from the next level.
Well, at this point, an hour and a half in, especially given how challenging the early part of the seed was for her, you might think that there's at least a slight tilt factor going on of I'm so close, just let me get this doggone thing over with mindset.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because that beginning game, that the start of the game for Ursine was not kind to her. Let's say that she really got very unlucky with a lot of the beginning of this race. And our wonderful tracker Cyberdark putting up the stats for the Warlock.
Oh, no wonder it's so hard to run away from them. Look at that agility, 242. That's near max. And there is level 19.
Wow, it's 50% fire, 50% attack or heal more. It feels like that DL2 breath is more than 50%. Maybe I'm nuts.
I think it's just because we've called it so many times and called the action and seen how much there is of it, that it just feels like a lot more, but I'm sure there were a lot of times where they were just attacking or a few times where they were casting heal more. It just seemed like there were a lot of times that we looked up and, oh, there's fire from the Warlock. Almost in the same tone that you use for Brecconary. Almost.
Oh, look. Dragon Lord 2 breath.
That's pretty much a 5-word summary of this seed.
It really is, with those 9 enemies with the DL2 breath. This is, I mean, to say this has been ridiculous has been an understatement, at least as far as the DL2 breath goes. A lot of this seed wasn't really that bad. Everything was very close to start. It was just, getting going and then keeping going with all the fire breath around.
Yeah, this was definitely a fiery seed. I mean, I'm just looking over these again. It just blows my mind. I mean, the ghosts, the drolls, the wizards, the warlocks, the wolves, the metal slimes, even the armored knight at the end, just as a little stick it to you. And oh, by the way, the rogue scorpions, which I did say earlier, Ursine will probably be cursing out later if she hasn't already started, just because of how problematic they were in the first 20 to 30 minutes of this seed for her.
Ooh, and she runs into that heal more. Does manage to take out Dragon Lord 1 without too terribly much fuss, but only 57 MP left. Ooh, she's going for the stop spell!
Well, that's one less thing to worry about, but now it's just a matter of, all right, you have very few heal mores left. How many times is it going to cast sleep? Well, there's the sleep. Ursine's going, good thing I did that.
Yeah. So really, this is going to come down to how many times is Dragon Lord going to attack and how many times is it going to cast sleep. Because those are things that you don't necessarily have to heal more out of right away. Dragon Lord 2 breath? Oh, that's a different story.
And now down to just 3 heal mores. Attacking on 47. Oh, and surviving. What a gamble, and it paid off.
Unfortunately, getting super unlucky with a...
Oh.
with a heal more roll and has to burn 2 back to back.
And that time it's good that she didn't risk it twice, as the second time would have been it. Attacking on 48, lucking out there, but now down to the last heal more. Going with the YOLO hurt more that doesn't hit. Oh no.
Oh, so... and as, again, with this seed, RNG is absolutely not her friend. I mean, our other runners got the advantage of seeing 3, 4, 5 different casts of sleep, and Ursine gets 2.
Oh, now gonna head on over to Cantlin here, stock up with a fresh set of herbs. Dust off, go back in there. And I didn't have an official track as to how many hit points she had there, but probably, no, I think she was in maybe the 80s or 90s range. So I don't think, yeah, I mean, it would have taken quite a few more attacks to be able to get there.
Alright, gets away from Warlock number 1.
This time around, she is armed with knowledge. She knows what Dragonlord 1 has. She knows what Dragonlord 2 has.
Now, the question is she going to try to stick a stop spell on DL1, or is she going to go hurt more strats, or just beat the crap out of them?
Or a little combination of 2 or all 3 of those. Very friendly fight with the Wraith Knight.
Oh, this is a very friendly Sherlock die for her. Didn't have to use up 1 bit of MP here. So this is going to bode very well for her going into this fight.
Yeah, 14 heal mores and a YOLO hurt more if need be. Or one that can be used on Dragonlord 1.
Oh,
No, she's just going to go with the beat the crap out of him stats.
And doesn't see a heal more. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Back attacked, slept, and wrecked. Not even time to throw out the... Oh my gosh, and 5,391 to the next level.
To say that's unfortunate is probably underselling it a little bit. That is absolutely brutally awful RNG right there. I know myself. I've run this game. I have participated in a number of these tournaments. At that point, my controller would be across the room, and I would dot quit out of this seed. I would do a ritual burning of this seed and not say anything.
No colorful post-game interview? No?
No. I wouldn't give this seed another thought.
But no, chat noting here that the persistence of Ursine to stick this out here, considering I'll be blunt, rotten luck that she has been enduring throughout this entire seed, not just here in Sherlock, that certainly speaks volumes to her character.
Yeah, absolutely. This is... Yeah, this is absolutely stand up on her part to just get through this.
And now opting to utilize a Hurt More here just to take out the Warlock. I think there were a couple that didn't hit, or maybe that had already been utilized as she's already down to 102 MP.
But I think she knows that she does have some MP to play with, especially given that stop spells hitting on the Dragon Lord, and knowing that DL1 isn't terrible. I think she knows she does have some MP to play with, which, is a good thing.
Well, she's 1 for 1 on it, so she doesn't know if there is 0 resistance, 1 resistance, or if she just happened to get that lucky 6% chance of a 15 out of 16 resistance.
Good point. Very good point.
So, yeah, batting 1 for 1, it's kind of hard to see what the odds are based on that, considering that at the moment you're hitting 100%. But is the resistance that? We know that it is, but she does not. And I do see that it is a final over on the other side, so we're going to, once we conclude here, we will be wrapping things up for the evening among the Dragon Warrior Randomizer League races. And taking a respite for just a hair around 22 hours, as we'll be back at it for the first of a triple header starting at 9:30 p.m. tomorrow. And Ursine wisely saying, you know what? I think I'm just going to go back out to Garenham here and give it another go. Just replen here, kind of cutting the losses. Not a bad strategy. So back in here, and oh look, it's the Warlock, and she's just going straight up hurt more strats on it.
Yep, absolutely. Enough of this. Let's go. Enough of this.
Yeah, no more nonsense. Just let's get through these here, get to the Dragon Lord, stop spell it, and call it a night. But it's not hitting.
Oh man, just RNG just is not on her side in this seed at all.
I'm just in stunned silence at this point. I don't even know what else to say. And it's pretty much been a coin flip here with every casting of Hurtmore. Going back and looking up the resistance here. Yeah, it's not a gimme, but it shouldn't be a complete blockade either, as the hurt resistance is 6 out of 16 on the Warlock. So it's math. It should only be blocked maybe about... It should hit more often than not, but it doesn't feel like it is. Was that about 62% of the time? So it had to feel good to get that crit on that metal scorpion. Just a nice 115 of a get on out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another Wraith Knight expulsion here.
All right. She got to the Dragon Lord. 94 MP, looking good.
11 Healmores. Well, hits for a big 65, but there's the Healmore. Now going to have to use one of her own here. Punching for quite a bit, and...
Oh, please no, please.
L2.
Please no.
All right, no back attack. Going for sleep strats. Oh. Ursine now venturing off to the west. Is she thinking about grinding to 20?
Grinding to 20 and maybe getting some gold to buy a shield?
Oh, that's right. She has been without a shield this entire time.
I mean, she's going to the right spot to do it to the wyvern. Three attacks, 200 experience. Seems like a really nice grind spot here. I do believe hurt more. It looks like...
I think it was a
hurt
coin
more
flip.
Yeah. Hey, Cyber Dark, could you pull up the wyvern stats here for us while we're wyvern grinding?
I want to say it's 8 out of 16, but we'll see when it pops up in a second here. And 8 out of 16 coin flip confirmed.
Yeah, the only thing that makes this battle, well, that 8 out of 16 and then that 99 defense power makes it not really, worth it to just, beat on the wyvern. So, I mean, seeing sleep strats, sleep might be the easiest thing to do. Sleep and just pound on it, but Oh, that dodge is high, though. The dodge is 14 out of 16. That's a little ridiculous.
But it can't dodge while it's asleep, right?
I don't know that mechanic. Logic would say, no, of course not. But logic, NES game?
No, I'm pretty sure, they programmed the logic in here that you can't unsuccessfully run from an enemy while it's asleep. I would imagine that putting it to sleep reduces its dodge resistance to 0.
Oh, and my little snide comment there may have been actually warranted, that it would not affect dodge rates. Interesting.
So there is still an X percentage chance, even if you put an enemy to sleep, that it can still dodge.
Makes perfect NES sense. Zarnax asked, how much was it for level 20? I think the last time I saw it was about 3,000. So it's somewhere in the order of 15 to 20 wyverns, give or take. Yeah, I think it's 5,300 total CD improv, but she had gotten, like about 1,500, maybe 2,000 of the way there.
Just from the 3 or 4 grinds through Sharlock. only there was a way to find out on the go what your remaining experience was needed to get to the next level. Pity they didn't think of that in this game. No, I don't think my tongue could have been any further in cheek, as I said.
Oh, and she's going to try another wyvern. Look, don't know if she's going to get past it.
Well, she isn't, but now we get to find out the mystery at the moment here of how much remaining experience there is to level 20. 1441. So we're looking at just a hair under 11,500.
So I think that's 7 more wyverns. I think, if my math is correct.
Let's see, 1441, and they're giving 214 apiece. So, yes, 7 wyverns would do it, minus whatever she smashes along the way.
Tyerenex gave us the critical point there in chat. 11,489.
Well, okay, that's more technical than just under 11.5, but we're in the same ballpark.
Yeah, I mean, just under 11.5, 11,489. I think that's the same thing.
Yeah, it's not that whole, precise numbers thing, but it gets the job done. It's close enough for government.
So, those of you still with us here in chat, what are your predictions for this level 20? Is it going to be something good? Is it going to be something empty I would love? Is it, it's going to be like one of those middling levels, or, are we going to get a super level? What do you think? What do you think, Ferron? What do you think we're going to see here in this level 20?
Well, considering that it needed over 5,000 experience to get to it, and given the way that this seed has gone and how trollish it's been for Ursine, I'm thinking that Empty Eye will be beyond ecstatic with this level. Lots of more zeros and ones than a computer programmer.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to agree with you there, my friend, that this is probably not going to be anything impressive level-wise.
Yeah, I certainly hope that I'm wrong. And for clarification in chat, Tyerenex, just having a little fun with it. I know that I do appreciate your exactness, and it's we're just having a little bit of fun with this here as we're making our way through the lengthy grind.
All right, she needs one more.
Just 111 away.
And here we go.
And survey says 2, 3, 6, 8.
Who do we appreciate?
Yeah, that's that one pretty much set itself up.
Oh, that's brutal.
Well, I mean, now you got 150 hit points. You got the extra 8 MP. That's a whole nother heal more. And Tyerenex, no, she doesn't have Gwaelin's love. None of our players rescued the princess in this seat. So the only way that we will know since they're not rescuing the princess, the only way that we'll know how much experience is needed to the next level is if the king tells them.
The other kind of unfortunate part about the grind is that the grind didn't get her enough gold to get a silver shield.
Or any shield for that matter. Shields were available, but I don't know if we saw a small shield, and if we didn't, then the least expensive shield was the silver shield, and that was, what was that, 5,000-6,000 some odd gold?
I thought it was 4,500.
Was it 4,500? Oh, that's right.
Give or take.
Yeah, it's all relative at this point. I'll just keep guesstimating.
And we did see a small shield, but it wasn't anything. I want to say it was like 1,000 GP, but that was also, I think it was in coal, the small shield, I think. All right, everybody in chat, send all the good vibes toward Ursine. Hero runs. Hero runs.
Oh, and she's putting on the death necklace.
Okay.
So that's going to bump up to 151 attack power.
I mean, then you're just looking at, what, 8 attacks on average for the Dragon Lord, give or take?
And that'll also mean, goodness, that'll mean, yeah, maximum HP of 112. So there's still potential room for doubles. But this also means that because she is now cursed, now it's a complete mystery as to how much experience is needed to the next level. Unless the princess gets rescued. And even then, now that you're cursed, you can't really take her back.
Yeah, but I'm thinking she's doing this to absolutely obliterate every single warlock in her path. You know, she is on a rampage. She wants all of these warlocks to die in their frickin' Dragon Lord 2 breath.
It's like that Keenan Ivory Wayans movie from the 90s, I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. Nah, am I the only one that remembers that? Okay.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
I just remember the title and I was like, what the heck is this as a kid? But that doesn't mean that I actually saw it.
Yes, that was a real movie, CD Improv.
Yes, it was a real movie.
I'm gonna get you, sucker. Thou art a fool. All right, Dragon Lord 1. Let's get it on.
All right, so DL1's hitting hard. Ursine's hitting a little bit harder. Got to use a heal more. Still plenty left in the tank.
Boo.
Now Dragon Lord using a heal more.
This Dragon Lord being a bit mean to Ursine, but, you know, kind of par for the course, I suppose, for this.
All right, Dragon Lord 1 down. 11 heal more to go. And a back attack. Are you kidding me?
All right, just stick a stop spell when this is a free fight. All right, I think she's got it.
All right, another heal more along the way here. First attack, 15. Sleep misses, that's good. Another 15, we're at 30. Got to use a heal more. Another sleep. Now we're starting to get it here. Oh, there's a big 22. We're at 52. And another sleep. 71 now, having to use a fire. We're at 86. Now here comes another heal more. Ooh, big 53 attack. There's 14. I believe that puts us up to 90. So there's 16. We're at 106.
Come on. We want to see a 20. We want to see a big 20 here.
23. That's 129. So potentially this next hit could be the last one here if it's a high roll. 125 will do it. That puts it at 154. And Ursine has done it after pretty much getting obliterated by RNG all across the way. Is finally going to take the promenade. And will be gracious that this seed is finally over, as she will finish with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 59 seconds. Get out your GGs in chat, everyone.
Okay, and while we are waiting on Ursine to join us here in Discord, just a reminder that we do have 3 more of these Week 2 races coming up tomorrow. One at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, one at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and one at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. And with that dinged, I do believe we have Ursine joining us in chat.
Yes, I'm here.
Very well done.
Oh, I did not like that seed in the beginning, and then I couldn't get to the Dragon Lord. It wasn't fun.
You got incredibly unlucky at the beginning. I mean, it was... You got Dragon Lord 2 Breath. I think if I say 100,000 times, that might be too low.
It was insane, and I couldn't get going. I asked for a reseed, but obviously other people, and I didn't... Those wolves, I got hit so many times, and I finally realized, oh, I can hit them, and then I never saw one.
Well, there were, by our count, there were 8 enemies that had the Dragon Lord 2 Breath, plus DL1 had the Dragon Lord 2 Breath, so 9 in total, and it seemed like they all were just kind of gravitating toward you. It seemed like every time I looked over at your screen, oh, there's a Rogue Scorpion hitting a Dragon Lord 2 Breath.
I believe it, but it's fun and learning. I mean, I've only been playing a month now, so I'm enjoying just learning and all that fun stuff.
That's important. And, from my point of view, and I think Thuron will probably wind up agreeing with me, I don't think we think that you played poorly by any stretch of the imagination. You just... your big thing was RNG was not in your favor. You got incredibly unlucky. But, huge props to you for sticking through it, for just going and finishing this. Because, as a runner of this myself, after I got back attacked by that Dragon Lord and slept and wrecked, I probably would have been like, nope, that's it. I'm done. I quit. I'm done.
Yeah, I wanted to, but I also wanted to finish it. I haven't forfeited a game yet, and until I feel I can't win, then I don't want to forfeit.
Well, that's a terrific mindset to have. That's good on you for that. Is that there are a lot of individuals who would not have that type of tenacity, that type of fortitude, that no matter what odds were stacked against them, that they wouldn't just tap out.
thanks. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So, any relative comments, anything PG-13 you want to say to the seed? Are we doing like a ritualistic seed burning here for you?
No, it's just I'll learn and just hope next time RNG's more in my favor.
Well, it will be next week, because next week are the standard flag races, and you looking forward to getting out of this chaos mode?
I am very much so. We were practicing a few weeks ago, and I actually gotten first in one of the chaos seeds. I'm like, yay, maybe chaos is something I can actually win. Apparently not.
Well, in fairness, the way a lot of these chaos seeds are, there are no winners. You know, we all have suffered fiery burnings from various enemies that seem to be everywhere, and enemies that you think, oh, maybe I can punch this, and next thing you know, it hits you for 50. But no, I think Brax has the right point of view in chat. Just finishing a chaos seed makes you a winner, and in that regard, yeah, it's one of those where everybody wins and nobody wins as long as you're finishing through here.
Absolutely, and I just wanted to say good game to the rest of the players, and I've really enjoyed it, and I'm glad I found this little community.
And we're certainly glad to have you among us here, and we look forward to a beta strep in chat. Playing chaos makes me question that ain't right. Little bit of playful banter and trash talk going on among the chat here, as chaos brings out the best and sometimes worst of us when it comes to these. But yes, next week, back to the standard flags, back to the traditional Dragon Warrior randomizer that has befallen the tournaments that have been going on for the last 3 years and change. So it'll be a little bit more back to normal after all the after all the chaos that has occurred this week. Although we still have 5 more races to go over the course of the next 3 days to bring you here among the Randomania networks. Z and Ursine, any final thoughts on this before we put this particular seed in the rearview mirror?
I'm glad it's going in the rearview mirror, and just thank you guys for commentating and trackers and hosting the video. So thank you, and good.
I think that'll pretty well cover it for me too. I think this was a fun little race, I suppose. But we all had a good time watching it, and we all had a good time chatting about it. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow 3 big races, all starting within an hour and a half of one another: 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Eastern, and 11 p.m. Eastern. And then Thursday, after all that excitement, we get a rest. And then we have 2 last races here for week 2 on Friday, one at 6 p.m. Eastern, and I'm fortunate enough to have the call alongside Edgeworth for that one, as we've got Ryguy, Jackamus, Brysulf, and Angry Larry. That one you definitely want to set your alarms for on that one. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern on Friday to close out the week, we've got the Hangry Canuck, Zarnax 42, the Seawolf 1, and Scorpion Max. So lots of chaos races coming your way here over the next couple of days, and looking forward to bringing it to you here all throughout the Randomania networks. Make sure to give our runners a follow here, as they all did fantastic for you here this evening. Tyerenex, also Brax, as well as Ursine and Janus. And make sure to show some love to the folks behind the scenes here. CD Improv taking care of the restreaming for us. CyberDark86 with the unenviable task of tracking all 4 runners at the same time. Having to have 2 eyes to watch 4 screens is never easy for anyone, and it's certainly appreciated. And Z-Man, it is a pleasure, as it always has been, commentating alongside you. I'm looking forward to do many more here. And for everyone along the way here, I'm Ferran Burgundy saying until next time, may your moves be excellent and your seeds stay classy. Anything else to add, Z? I didn't want to step on your toes there. I saw you were about to say something.
I was just going to say, have a great night.
That certainly sounds like a plan. Good night, everyone.